Cape drivers, take note. The dawn of a new era is upon us. In November, the state of Massachusetts passed legislation on a new hands-free driving law. The law goes into effect on February 23rd and forbids drivers from holding or using a phone while operating a motor vehicle.
For the first month of it, from February 23rd till March 31st, it's basically just a kind of education of the public on it. So any stops that we make on it, we'll just be issuing either verbal warnings or written warnings. And then after March 31st, then the people could be given actual citations for it. It's going to be difficult. I mean, I know the prevalence now of cell phones and everybody's constantly texting and people are used to talking on the phone, but it is, and again, I think that's why the provision for the first month is in there, that you're not going to be cited for it. It's really just to make people aware of it.
While holding or using a phone is forbidden, drivers will be allowed to make one touch or swipe to activate hands-free mode. Single-ear Bluetooth devices are also allowed, and, as you might suspect, phones may be used in emergency situations.
There was a law on the books about texting and driving, but enforcement of that was difficult for us because people were still allowed to talk on the phone. They were still allowed to dial a phone number, so it's very difficult to discern if somebody's texting or dialing a phone number. The new law takes care of that. The main thing with it is you are not allowed to hold a mobile electronic device while you're driving the car. You're not allowed to use it in any way. You're not allowed to view text messages, read text messages, view images, view videos. The only exception they allow is that you can watch a map if you have like a navigation app on your phone, provided the phone is mounted either on the dashboard, on the windshield, in a way that it won't interfere with your operation of the motor vehicle. All the officers are getting training on it this year at our in-service training, so everybody will be ready to go on February 23rd. And the idea is to really heavily enforce it during that first month where it's not, people aren't getting fined or anything, they're just being stopped and reminded of it. And hopefully, it's very similar to the laws that are in some of the neighboring states like Connecticut. So hopefully people just start to realize they just can't have their phone in their hand.
After March 31st, drivers will receive a $100 citation for their first offense, a $250 citation for their second offense, which also requires attendance in a distracted driving school, and a $500 citation for their third offense. Starting with the third offense, all citations will be surchargeable to the driver's insurance.
Some of the statistics that came out on it, I think it was from 2014 to 2016, the amount of accidents from distracted driving increased by 170%. So it really isn't necessary for us to have the law. And hopefully during that month, it kind of gets people used to just mounting their phone or putting their phone down, turning their phone off even. If it's not necessary for you to use the hands-free even, then just turn it off, and it's the safest bet. Like I said, it's been a long time coming for us. It is an issue I think anybody can see when they're out driving. You see a car in front of you swerving, and you get up next to it and you see somebody just looking down at their phone. And I think it is increasingly a danger on our highways. So it's important that people do follow this law, and it's important as law enforcement that we get out there and really crack down on it. And hopefully it becomes something of the past where people it becomes second nature to not touch your phone while you're in the car.